those who are coercing and intimidating and forcing public servants to engage in acts that will undermine the elections on the 9th and cause conflict among us Kenyans, I want to tell them they will be held accountable.
While on the campaign trails, politicians have carelessly accused each other of hatching plans to rig the anticipated elections on August 9th.
Kuna jambo moja peke yake. Junet ameongea leo juu ya mambo ya wale ambao wana njama ya kuiba kura.
Each of them unconscious of the effect that such talks have on Kenyans. I sat down with Commissioner Francis Wanderi of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to fully understand IEBC's level of preparedness 1 week to the elections.
The systems are all working. Our people are trained.
With all systems set for the 9th of August, Commissioner Wanderi confirms that IEBC is currently distributing required elections material throughout the country as Kenya counts down to the big day.
We are 100% prepared for the elections. The only issue that we are doing now is distribution of election materials. All the non-strategic election materials have already been distributed to the constituencies using our contracted Postal Corporation of Kenya. We are now starting to distribute the ballot papers. And the reason why we have not done that is because they are very strategic. They must be escorted by the police up to the constituency, and that will start this week. And we hope 2 days to the election, all the materials will be in the place all over the country.
Speaking about election officials, the IEBC is finalizing the training of officials hired to oversee a smooth election, with every election official expected to take an oath of office in order to ensure that they remain true and not interfere or hinder Kenyans from having a free, fair and credible election.
We started training of election officials 2 weeks ago, and this training is cascaded from national level all the way down to the polling station. All the election officials at the polling station have been hired, and we are talking about the presiding officer, the deputy, plus 6 clerks. Those ones have been hired by the constituency election officials who will be in charge of the constituency, and those are called the returning officers at the constituency. Those ones that have been hired, their training is starting also this week all over the country, and they also have been trained on how to use the Kim's kit. So that is going to be done this week, so that 2 days to the election, everybody in the country, every official will be trained, including the police who are working with us. The training of the police who are going to be working during the election period has been done. I think that has already been concluded, and we are working with the Kenya National Police Service all over the country. So that training is done.
Speaking confidently, Commissioner Wanderi holds firmly that Kenyans are likely to witness transparent elections, with the question of Form 34A and B not likely to raise doubt on elections transparency, saying that the agreement reached upon between IEBC and the presidential candidates alleviates any fears formerly held by the candidates and their supporters.
IEBC had ordered 2 booklets. And the purpose of ordering 2 booklets is because these booklets are carbonated. And the carbonated, once you do the original, it can only produce another 5 copies that which are legible. If you go beyond the 6th, it will not be legible. So that is the reason why IEBC had ordered 2 booklets. So there was 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. But the political parties, due to, of course, to the normal suspicion of Kenyans and the leaders, and you can use 2 results, did not want us to have 2 booklets. Fortunately, we have only 4 presidential candidates. So we agreed, we came to a compromise. The original of the book 1 shall be used and it shall be sent to the returning officer. And that is what the law says. That the original is the one that transmits the results. You take a picture of the original, you transmit using the KIMS kit to the National Tallying Center and to the returning officer at the constituency. That original at the polling station is also delivered to the constituency returning officer, so that all the originals within that constituency are added together to fill from that 4B.
Despite the pull and push between the two main contenders of the presidential seat regarding the issue of voter verification,
the digital highway is the place we are going. We support your commitment to the electronic register. We are trying to move our parties to also have nominations like our competitors using an electronic register. So I think that's the direction we want to go. There has been notions that are not correct, that Kenya Kwanza wants a manual register. We do not want a manual register. If you give us sufficient safeguards that an electronic register will function without any chance of failure, then we are good.
Hiyo ndio sababu bwana Chebukati anakataa atisitumie ile manual register. Sasa mimi nataka kutangaza hapa Githunguri. Manake najua manual register kitumika itajulikana watu wangapi ambao walipiga kura katika kituo hiki. Na zile vizuri. Ile ya electronic ni hakuna rekodi ambayo inabaki hapo. Ndio sababu sisi tunasema juzi ati lazima tuwe na manual register. Pale ambapo mtu akiingia ndani jina yake ikisipatikana katika hiyo register inatolewa.
IEBC has confirmed that the issue of KIMS kit during the elections does not in any way threaten election fairness, Commissioner Wanderi confirming that presiding officers shall however still possess the manual list only to be used in cases where electronic systems may fail.
In 2017, there was a ruling by the Court of Appeal which said that the primary mode of identification is KIMS kit. The secondary, if KIMS kit does not identify you through your fingerprints, and that is most unlikely if you are a registered voter. If KIMS kit does not identify you, then we use what alphanumeric. Alphanumeric is we look at your ID, read the number of your ID, enter it in KIMS kit. When you enter it in KIMS kit, your details should come out. And when your details come out, then you proceed, you'll be allowed to vote. However, for us to avoid a situation whereby there can be misuse of that, if you identified alphanumerically through your identity card, the presiding officer is supposed to note and fill a form that you were not identified by your biometrics, you have been identified through alphanumerics, and he signs through a fingerprint that he has authorized you to vote. So there's somebody accountable. The reason why we are doing that is because normally what would happen, where people have a common understanding and they want to choose one presidential candidate, they may use their IDs to vote in people who did not come to the polling station. That is why we are saying manual register will be used as a result, as the last resort, in case KIMS kit fail completely.
A highly unlikely occurrence.
And then we have another battery, power bank, just in case this runs out. In any polling station we have power banks, so that if any KIMS kit runs down, it can be recharged. That KIMS kit is supposed to work for minimum 8 hours to 12 hours. We have also provided in every ward 6 additional KIMS kit in case one breaks down or gets spoiled, you can replace it. And it's unlikely that in any ward you can have those number of games get breaking down. So we are taking care of that. The manual register will be used, and that is what the Court of Appeal said, will be used as a result if there is nothing working.
Langata parliamentary seat hopeful Nixon Korir stating his confidence in the IEBC regarding election preparedness and the capacity of the commission to deliver a credible election.
Yes, I'm confident. I'm confident because it has taken us time to be here. We've learned from the past mistakes and we are hoping that IEBC will do a credible election, and I'm confident that it will be free and fair. We've had a meeting, several meetings with the returning officer for Langata constituency, and she has taken us through the preparedness for IEBC. We've also been following on what the chairman of the IEBC and the commission has been saying, and we think they are quite prepared for the election, and we are confident that given their space and without government interference, as the way they look to be trying to interfere, our chief of security agency, the DCI, and the entire government operators should support IEBC in delivering a free and fair election.
With Kenyans expressing their mixed reactions on election preparedness, asking IEBC to safeguard the votes in order to ensure a transparent election that will help maintain peace in the country.
Kama hujatayarisha kila kitu sawa, obvious lazima kutakuwa na ile leakages. Na leakage ikitokea, unaona obvious, wajua kila mtu wajua hauta believe in that. No?
Mimi naamini ya kwamba IEBC kulingana na vile wamejitayarisha na watafanya uchaguzi ambao utakuwa na transparency.
To me, it's not yet ready. Juwezi niambia it's almost 1 week to the election, and yet bado kuna rumbles and stuffs. It means the IEBC is not ready to take this task.
Now, despite the many and different opinions of the electorate and political hopeful, there is a similar message that is being echoed in every part of the country, a call to peace and order pre, during and post the August 9th polls.
Election is coming next week on Tuesday on 9th. It will be a one-day affair. We'll elect the leaders that we want to elect. Let us have a peaceful election. Elect the person that we want to be in that office, but we must have a peaceful election that violence should not be an option.
Venye mimi naomba ni mtu akiamka mapema anapiga kura yake anarudi nyumbani kungojea matokeo baadaye. Si ati mtu akipiga kura anza kurandaranda huku, hapana. Pige kura yako urudi nyumbani.
Hii time ya election tunaomba wewe vote tu yako, enda home, ngojea results. Usitembee nje. Anything can happen. Ukisha vote yako, wachia government party yao, achia IEBC party yao, the winner will be decided. You maintain peace. Jusati huko chini tukibishana huko juu, hiyo ndio starehe yao. Kuumia kwetu ndio starehe yao.
Naomba wase wa paipu, wase wa mtaa, yani to maintain peace. Tusipiganie kura. Tukisha vote, tukae kejani, tutulie, tupate results. Hiyo ndio poa. Usipiganie Raila, usipiganie Ruto. Acha IEBC wafanye kazi yao.
Tuwe tu peaceful, tusifuate wanasiasa sana. Kwa sababu kura ni one day, that is all. But maisha yetu ni tuko. So hata ukichukua akili yako yote uweke kwa siasa, sioni kama tutaenda mbele.
It is all systems go for August 9th, with IEBC asking Kenyans to come out in large numbers and take part in the democratic right.
Go and vote for your choice of candidate. And after you vote, maintain peace. We shall only count the votes cast. IEBC is ready. We have nothing, you have nothing to worry about, and you should have faith in our system. And we have involved political parties in all the processes. There could be some detractors who may be developing some messages that are negative. But I can tell you from where I sit, IEBC is 100% ready and you are set for the elections.
Faith Kaulu, Fokak TV.